Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Tuesday, October the 25th, 2022. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am joined by the number one rated DFS provider in the state of Arizona. She just got nominated number one. So
Unbelievable.
you're taking over from here, Deb. This man.
That's it. Number
How do you
one
get
in
all
my
these
household.
How do you get all these high ratings? It's just unreal.
Man, I
I'm
tell you.
trying to keep up with you, but it's tough.
Hey, well, I learned from the best.
How's your day going?
Pretty good. It's going pretty fast.
Yeah. How's that leg
So,
coming along, by the way? I know everybody always asks, how's Deb's leg? Because,
yeah,
she
I
broke her leg a while back.
appreciate all the shout outs. I know my basketball game is not there yet, but I have been able to make it to the gym this past week. So
Oh,
that's a new
really?
thing. Yeah, they've got this like recumbent stepper, so I'm able to actually sit so I don't like fall and kill myself, but actually, work those legs.
Nice. Well, good.
Yeah,
Good to hear that you're getting back in shape and feeling good. That's
I need
important.
it.
We got to get you ready
Definitely.
for July. For those that don't know, we're trying like hell to get to Vegas in July for the NBA Summer League, have a little DFS Coach Talk first annual get together conference where we can all meet each other in person and have some fun in Vegas, catch some summer league to prepare for the NBA season. And you obviously can play NBA Summer League on Draftkings and Fanduel as well. So, we got to get you there so we can,
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, no, I was there this summer. I missed you guys. I was ready for it, and I know that you had to cancel it this summer, but it's gonna be a good time.
it is going to be a good time. Last year I was moving, there was so much going on, and we just could not grab everything together. But we're doing the darn thing this year. I already talked to the guy in Vegas. We know
Nice.
where we're staying, what we're doing. So get ready, people. Mark your calendars. Late July. It's like the third week of July. Get ready for this coming year, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a bunch of giveaways and fun stuff. All right. Well, the nice thing today is, Deb, because you and I always dive so deep on these games when it's 15 game slates, it gets a little lengthy, but we only have 4 games today. How about that?
I know. I know. It's a nice, easy slate. Was able to dive real deep.
Yeah. And a
It's
lot of
been
people
good.
love these slates. Again, I have a tendency to favor the big slates, but I still like these slates as well, especially when there's some good teams with, I think, some standout plays. So we're going to break this down, and I'm really excited because I've been chewing my fingers off waiting to start talking about the stats that I use to prepare each slate. And I generally try to wait the first 2 weeks of the season just to let statistics normalize and everything, because I understand it's a small sample size, but I wanted to institute it today because I looked at the numbers and I think the trends are already there. So just so you guys know, our Coach Talk family, what I do in preparation, the biggest part of what I'm looking at statistically is obviously the breakdown of all the injuries, the rotations, the minutes played, the schedule, if it's back to backs, all of those things going on. But then the big key is, and you guys are welcome to do this in preparation as well. I like to use basketballreference.com. It's basketball-reference.com. And I go directly to the advanced stats for the teams and pull several important situations. You can move people in and out of lineups. So if there's somebody sitting or playing, and you can see what the dynamic's going to look like on the floor as far as usage, and all of the important statistics that we're evaluating from a DFS standpoint. So today I will introduce that back in the usage for each team, which again, that is key. I mean, you can't score
Great.
DFS points if you're not getting your hands on the ball and making things happen. So that'll come back in. And then, as for those that have listened for years here, I love to look at the pace of each team, what type of pace they're playing at, because every single additional possession in a game is going to add 1.36 fantasy points to the score from that squad. So they're back and forth. You look at it that perspective, you're talking that's a lot of extra DFS points. Now, some of that is redundant because we talk about that when we look at the over-unders, because Vegas also utilizes that. But it takes it to another level because we can see more clearly, like if a team is being pulled down playing a really slow team, is that going to affect things? Because Vegas just looks at it as a total score because they're basing everything on an over-under. But if we have one team being pulled down by the other, it's those guys on the team that's being pulled down that we want to decrease their value as far as DFS goes. So pace will be very important. And then defensive efficiency, we're gonna put that back in starting today. And that, again, it's important because all of these teams, as you know, Deb, there's been so many guys moving around this year, a lot of trades, free agents, and it's created different dynamics, coaches with brand new systems, and all of that changes all of, the defensive performance, which again is going to affect directly your DFS points. So we'll add those back into the mix. And then a little bit more, we need a little more sample size. The last thing we'll add back in next week is DRPM, defensive real plus minus, because that lets you go even a layer deeper, and it lets you break down positionality, who's guarding who, and how that team guards those specific players at that position, and how each player is rated in that defensive rating. And again, every edge you can get. I mean, Deb and I were talking about it before we went on air here. It's competitive, and it's not getting any easier. These, people know what they're doing out there. And, what we want to do at Coach Talk here, 7 days a week, we're here at 4:45 p.m. in front of the paywall, and we're going to break these games down and give you the best opportunity to win. And then what we'd love you to do is to take that natural next step and come and join the best DFS community in the business, bar none. And that's DFS Coach Talk. You go to dfscoachtalk.com. You can join with whatever membership you like. If you want to try us out for 3 days, it's like $10. If you want to do one of those 5 days where you get Thursday through Monday for football, that's $19. That's all on our website. We also have that Luka special still going. It's at the bottom of the screen, and that's appropriate because I think Luka is going to be a big point of discussion today, Deb. I hope so anyway. And so we'll, so we'd love to have you there. Also, if you're watching on YouTube here, as we start, give us a quick thumbs up. We keep forgetting to ask for thumbs up, and we get all kinds of people in here, and then we forget to get those thumbs up from everybody. So that helps us because on YouTube, they base everything on an algorithm of views, how long people view, how many likes they're getting. So anytime you can do that or put a comment, all of that really, really helps us, and we do really appreciate it. Also on Twitter, we're live right now as well at DFS Coach Talk. If you're on there, please like and retweet. That means a lot to us, and we post a lot of updates there. So follow us if you can at DFS Coach Talk. And when we throw something out there, if you like and retweet it, I'm not one of those that begs for retweets and all that and the next this many people and all of it. I just like to say, hey, if you like our product, like what we're doing, and you want to support us in that sense, it's free to just click a button and like and retweet. And then I'm going to go in occasionally, like today. Is he in here? I wonder if he's in here. Let me see if he's in here. I hope he's in here. Let me know if you're in here. Derek Wilson. Derek liked and retweeted a bunch of our stuff this morning. So he's a winner of 2 tickets for the Millie Maker. So Derek wins awesome already without even having a draw. And we're going to do those flash awards to people for liking and retweeting our stuff. So Derek, if you can, as always, and any other winners that we have today, tweet me at DFS Coach Talk, DM me your PayPal email, and we'll get it going. So sorry, Debbie, lots of gas coming out of
info to give out. No, hey, it's the beginning of the season. We got to let our listeners know where it's at. I mean, some of your tools, I mean, you've taught me the past couple of years, and they've really, really come in handy, stuff that not everyone's aware of. So
no question. And every edge counts, right? Every edge counts. All right, I want to say hello to the folks in here, and then we're going to break these games down, slice and dice them, and give you some winners here to work with. Nathan Feudy is the champ. He jumped in there ahead of Rodney Pollard today. So Nathan, one up for Nathan Feudy. Rodney, hello. Rose is in there. David, of course, our man David Dulac, stacks money double sevens. I like that double sevens. Niles Simmons, Aloysius 5. Earl Tyson. Guess what, Earl? We're going to talk Fanduel today, my friend. I beat you too. You don't have to post it. Aaron Sampson. He did already, a.k.a. Mike Tyson, a.k.a. Mr. Fanduel. I didn't even read that before I said it. That's hilarious. JT, what's up, my friend? Boy from Cali. Yes, sir. I'm getting you today, boy from Cali. This message is for you. I'm coming for you today, boy from Cali. We got a little side thing we all do, a couple of us there. So we have a lot of fun with it. And a lot of times, you boy from Cali and I are 1-2. We got those logos up there. So we're loving that. Fear Money Entertainment LLC, how you doing? Dead Presidents, same thing, same person. We love both of you or each of you or whatever you want to go. MB's in there. Let's see. Rico, Mr. Rico Harris. Great to see you again today. Boy, we got a great group today.
Yeah.
Absolute Power, Jumpin' Joe K, and Joe K with a super chat. Oh my God. Thank you, Joe K. You know what we do with our super chat, we all of our super chats this past month, and we haven't even really built it up. So we got to get on the stick here, Deb. We give all of our super chats to charity. Our man David Dulac, Operation Hope, we gave him last month's. It was okay, or to Operation Hope, that was his choice, his charity. I just don't think it was enough. So this month we're also going to go to Operation Hope, and then we'll switch off next time. But anytime you throw anything in that bucket, it is all going to charity. So we really, really do appreciate that. Awesome. Also, Doug L., how are you, my man? Great to see you in here. Okay, lots of song and dance. I also want to say hello to Katie. Hi, Katie. How are you out there? All right, here we go. We're ready to kick this off, crush it, get it done, get some winners, and people are going to say, shut up, coach. We want to hear from Deb because she brings the cash in. All right. 4 games, Deb. That's it.
Here we go.
4 games.
What a slate, though. I mean, all these injuries and, early season switch ups. This is going to be a fun one.
It is going to be a fun one. There's no question
about it.
Lots of
value on this slate.
Yeah. There's some really good plays. You know, you can go stars and scrubs builds. That there's some builds I was looking at that are all sort of middle of the road price guys. There's definitely, even though it's only 4 games, there's a lot of different strategic approaches that you can take today without question. All right, game 1, Deb. 7 p.m. Yeah. There's a 7, a 7:30, an 8, and a 10. So they're spread out very nicely. The 7 o'clock game is the Detroit Pistons that are 1-2. They're playing the Washington Wizards 2-1. Washington's favored by 5.5. You have a 220.5 total, which is the second highest on the board. Yesterday, we had a bunch of 230-somethings, but not today. A lot more defense today. The initial aspect of injuries here, no Marvin Bagley or Alec Burks for Detroit, and no Corey Kispert for Washington. Projected starting lineups, Cunningham, Ivy, Bay, Bogdanovich, and Stewart against Morris, Bill, Avdia, Kuzma, and Porzingis. So that's what we have right out of the chute. We'll also talk about, as always, ownership here, Deb. So why don't you break this game down? Let's people get their pens and pencils out, hit the record button, and King of Smack, what is up? Deb, what do you got in game 1?
Yeah, I like this game. Like you said, pretty high scoring game. Wizards are projected to win, but I like this young Pistons team, and they've got some scorers there. So neither team is really great defensively. Neither team's really great defensively, particularly in the front court. And so I'm eyeing a few things. One, and I said it the last time I was on with you, Coach, I think that Bradley Beal is due for a breakout game. And I really think that this could be it.
Okay.
He's going to be facing some of the young guys. He's the veteran, and I'm not too afraid of Detroit's backcourt defense. I think Beal gets 5 threes tonight, and
Wow.
he smashes that number. So I'm going to have Beal probably in across the board in my lineups.
Key play, Bradley Beal.
What's that?
One of your key plays today, then, huh?
One of my key plays, exactly.
Yep.
And but I also I like Kuzma, and I like Porzingis. I probably slightly prefer Kuzma a little bit. I think it's fairly priced, and again, I like Kuzma's opportunities against the front court there. I think they're starting, Bogdanovich at the 4 and Stewart at the 5.
Yeah, they're playing small ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the other side of things, I do respect Monte Morris' defense, so I'm not looking at Cade, but I like Jaden Ivey tonight. I think he's been quietly, there's a lot of talk about Mathurin. There's a lot of talk about Paolo, but Jaden Ivey's been playing really nicely, and I think I like him tonight. I like his price. I like him better than Sadiq Bey, who's been a popular choice. And then I'm also going to have some interest for Isaiah Stewart. Again, fair price with center qualification, and he's been playing solidly. I think he can return that off of a 5-3 salary. I think he can return that. So I like this game a lot. So I'll have at least 2, probably 3 guys from this game.
Okay, very good. And thank you, MB. Look, Miss Deb is always on point. Look at Miss Deb bringing in even the donations for charity. Man, Deb, I'll tell you, I am always one step behind you. Always one step behind you.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah,
really
Doug
appreciate that. That's awesome.
That is awesome. Beal tonight. Doug L agrees. Earl Tyson, and more love for Deb. More love, no love for Coach. Right. Same old.
Except your mom.
Yeah, I got Coach Mom in here, so I'm safe.
All right. Earl likes Porzingis a little more than Kuzma. I like Porzingis too tonight. Like I said, that front court doesn't scare me. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What about you, Coach? What do you think about this game?
The pace in this game right now, Detroit's playing fast. That's one thing with Ivy. I figured they would. We talked, quite a bit about it in the preseason stuff, that this backcourt of Cunningham and Ivy, I mean, I wish I was a Pistons fan in that sense, because that's a great, great backcourt for the next 10 years plus. So I think that the fact that they're playing faster, because Ivy is sort of a point guard as well, they're 6th in pace in the league, and Washington's 11th. So, with Kuzma hitting the lanes, they're moving the ball better with Monte Morris than they did with the different point guards they were utilizing last year. So I do like this game better than normal because of the pace that's being played. But here's the problem with Detroit, and you'll find this with a lot of young teams. They don't understand how to play defense very well yet. And they're 29th of 30 teams defensive rating right now. So you can take advantage of that. And that definitely, I'm with you. I think that brings, look at all these people giving me love now. Like a big baby, I was crying and everybody's showing me love. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys too. But the 29th ranked defense makes me want to look at Beal for sure. And maybe Kuzma. I think I like those two the best right now, as opposed to Porzingis. And I'll tell you what, Monte Morris, for his price, is good. He's a decent ball player, and he can have, if you've noticed, even when he was in Denver, he has those spike games where he'll just throw in a big one in there. And if he's going to do it against this young backcourt of Detroit, would probably be the time to do it. Washington, however, believe it or not, Deb, is ranked 9th defensively. So that surprised me a bit. I think that they have solidified a little bit with a couple of the moves they made. And therefore, I'm not as high on Detroit. And the reason being is I noticed this quite a bit. You're getting the factor. I love the players, but now Cunningham and Ivy, there's a little bit of sniping of each other's stats all of a sudden. So you're losing a few assists to the other guy and things like that. So that's a concern. Also, I'm a big fan of Isaiah Stewart, little beef stew, but the rookie Duran is getting a lot of minutes backup, and he's doing a fantastic job. And he's a defensive stopper and a rim rattler. So I think I'm probably not going to go on the Detroit side here as much as I like them. I think the game stays close, but I will be grabbing a couple of Wizards. All right. You know what? Why don't we look at ownership in this game? Since have this wonderful courtesy of only having 4 games, let's talk a little up-to-date ownership projections. And for those that are maybe newer to playing DFS, you got to really dive into these ownership numbers every day, because where you are based on leverage is key to how you're going to do it, period. And we're providing that. It's an expensive product to get all this information together. It doesn't come free, and we purchase that, bring it in for our members, and we post that every day, ownership in all the major sports. So that's something that you get as part of a Coach Talk member. And then we also discuss them in here. If you're listening each day, you can certainly grasp them there as well. But as far as this original game, the Porzingis is getting the most ownership right now at 30%, Deb.
Wow.
And I think that's because he's only 7,700, which is pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's your top guy. And then you've got a little bit of a fall off to Bradley Beal, only at 22%. And I think at that number, he's only 8,400. I think he's going to be in my lineup, Deb.
Yeah, I like it. Me too. I think he's going to have a great night tonight.
Yeah. And this one's going to be painful, but Isaiah Stewart's next at also 20%, and he's only 5,300.
See, that's the thing. That's why I like him. I think,
yeah. I'm telling you though, Durant, his backup is playing well and getting good minutes. That's scary to me. Sadiq Bey's just barely 20%, and then Kyle Kuzma 20%, and Cade Cunningham 20%. What the hell's going on here? Everybody's is stacking the Pistons.
The Pistons team. Well, they are exciting to watch, and they're priced pretty fairly.
They're the highest owned team. They're the highest owned team on the slate.
Wow.
So there you go. We're not the only two talking about this game, but I like the Washington side better, and everybody's going Detroit. So that's an interesting.
Contrarian's the way to go, right? What about the Washington side? What are some of the players getting? Like, what's Kuzma getting?
I did mention
Morris.
Kuzma. Kuzma is at 21%.
Okay.
Let's see. It's just Hashimura, 7%. It's pathetic. Will Barton, 6%. So
you got more. Actually, Morris is only 5%.
Morris is way down at the bottom. Then it goes to the backup. So a ton more love for the Detroit players here. I do like Kuzma though. 20% is not bad for 6,900 against this team that doesn't defend that well. So
particularly because there's only 4 games tonight, so you should expect ownership to be higher for only 4 games.
When I run out of fingers and toes to count, I don't understand those numbers, Deb. That's why we have the brainiacs like you and Crash. Oh, by the way,
we gotta.
Did you hear about me and Crash's side bet yesterday?
No, what was it for?
I guaranteed he was talking a bunch of noise about Utah, undefeated against the winless. Yes, and my winless.
I do remember that. Yeah, exactly.
So if you're gonna watch tomorrow, get the big thick sunglasses, get like a shade to put over blind, because Crash is coming in with that dome, and I don't know if you've seen it, but it lights up.
It's gonna be.
It's like the top of the Statue of Liberty.
It's gonna be like Christmas, a big Christmas ornament.
Yep. So he loses the bet. He has no hat tomorrow. So get all the bald jokes ready, people, because I don't even know if he's in here. So this is even better that we get to build that, get him some noise for tomorrow.
He wasn't in here before. Yeah. Unusual, but
he's probably sore because he's upset he lost that bet. big baby.
Yeah, no, I did. I should have put money on that because I was right there with you. I thought the Rockets. I mean, I thought the Rockets were going to win. So
it wasn't easy, but yeah,
I played a lot of Rockets, like Garaba.
Oh, don't even bring that up.
I know.
He's dead to me. Garuba's dead. He's buried. We don't even know who he is.
Nope. I think never again.
Never again. They could say he's going to play the entire game, and I would not play him. Yeah. So it's just where I'm at. Yes, Rose, I need you to rub it in on Crash tomorrow. We're gonna let him know that you don't bet with Coach, side bet with Coach, and he was frosty about it too. That's what was great about it. I loved it.
I like that. NB's like Stewart is like little Ben Wallace. I love it.
He is. He is a bull, and he's strong. Can you get Doncic and Bill in that lineup tonight? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And I'm planning on doing that. That is my and that's going to be not that popular. Bill's only 20% right now.
Right.
But yes, there are a lot of value plays, and we'll go over some of those. You can definitely get to some of these guys without question. Yeah. Let's see. Could fade Beal and play Morris instead and pay up somewhere else. Well, you can, but you may leave about 35 fantasy points on the table doing that. That's the only difficult part. And, the stacking thing, we talked a little bit about the other day. It is risky, and you can do it. There's Derek Wilson. Derek, if you missed it earlier, buddy, you won 2 tickets because you retweeted my post this morning for DFS Coach Talk. So you are the winner of 2 tickets before we even have a drawing. So thank you for being on Twitter. Thank you for reposting those. All right. I totally lost my train of thought. So we went over everything, right? That game is complete. Yep. All right. Let's move on to game 2. It is the 7:30 p.m. Dallas Mavericks 1-1 against the New Orleans Pelicans 2-1. Should be an entertaining game. We've got the line is Dallas is a road favorite by 5.5. And that has to do with the fact that the Pelicans are missing a bunch of people. And the total is low, 218.5. It's not as low as the next game, but it's pretty low. Starters as of right now are Doncic, Dinwiddie, Bullock, Finney-Smith, and McGee. Looks like Hardaway is going to be out along with Bertans and Ntilikina. And as of right now, it says here, Graham, McCollum, Murphy, Nance, and Valanciunas. How's that for a lineup?
I love it. Ingram's out and Zion's out. Herb Jones
no Ingram, out. No Herb Jones, no Kira Lewis, no Lydell, and no Mr. Zion. So so Dallas
what do you think? What do you think the defensive matchups are in this game? Because that matters for me a little bit.
Well, the question is, I'm not for these lineups are not they're not finalized,
set, right?
And so if it rolls like this, I mean, I would say, you mean who's guarding the Dallas guys?
Yeah.
I think that they would probably put either Trey Murphy or CJ McCollum on Luka.
Mm-hmm.
And then
too small.
Yeah. And then between Graham and McCollum, they'd guard Dinwiddie and Bullock. Nance would guard Finney-Smith, and then Valanciunas against McGee. But I think, guys like Trey Murphy, and that's probably why he's projected in the starting lineup, he's a pretty good defender. And the guys that have a little success against Luka are a little longer, because he's so, he's so long, and he's those Euro steps, and you can't, the small guys take a beating, the real big guys, he goes around. So Murphy's, that would make sense. If CJ guards him, then, I think Luka's going to have a big game, personally. Yep. All right, I'll give you some of the stats on the front end of this, and then you can break it down from there and go through everything. So pace of play, Dallas is 10th, which is surprising. They've definitely playing quicker this year. Pels are 7th. Dallas, which live and die by their defense, that's what got them the Western Final last year. They're 4th in the league defensively right now. The Pelicans are above average at 12th. So you're getting you're getting some decent play there. Oh, you know what? I do remember what I forgot now. The usage, the most important thing. So let's back it up for a half a second. Is that all right with everybody?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Usage right now for the Washington Wizards. And this is important to know because it is a small sample size, but Beal does lead the way at 25%. So that does not overwhelm me, Deb. That was the one reason why I was a little hesitant, because a guy like Beal needs to be at 30% usage. He really does. And so that was a little disappointing. In a smaller role, I think the reason you saw Hashimura getting some ownership is he's 23%. Porzingis 23%, Kuzma's 22%. That was higher last year as well. Surprisingly, Barton's 21%, and he has not done much with it, but he is involved in play. So that's important to know. And then when we look at the other side of the ball here, let's see if I eliminated that or not. Okay, I've got the next two up. There it is. Detroit Pistons. You have Cade Cunningham at 26% and Jaden Ivey at 24%. So as you said, that backcourt is dominating play. Bogdanovich 20%. And then that's, like I said, Jalen Duran, who's getting a lot of time, is almost 20% usage for the rookie playing those minutes, which is really impressive. How about this, though? This is why he's a fade for me, and he gets owned a ton. Sadiq Bey's only 18%.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
The one that he was almost 30% last year.
But
with Ivy coming in and Cunningham having a year under his belt, Bey's not getting the ball as much.
Right, exactly.
Yep. Isaiah Stewart only 17, another reason. So even the rookie backup Duran's getting the ball more and being more involved in the offense than the beef stew. So important numbers to look at. It tells a lot.
Absolutely. Tells the story.
So now I'll roll right to the game we talked about. And I've got to get used to this whole rhythm again of doing these.
And you want to start out with that, with pace and usage and set it up?
Let's do that. Let's do that now with Dallas and New Orleans. So on the Dallas side, Luka is sitting at 40%, Deb. 40. How's that?
I think he should be higher.
40% usage. Not ownership, usage.
I know.
Unreal.
I mean, he's the only one. I mean, it is really unreal. They're saying like he's going to be the highest in the history, right?
Well, Harden was in like 47 there for a while in that Rockets stint he had when he was the only player on the team. But this is the one that blew me away. Christian Wood, 36% usage.
Real well, yeah. Well, because the second team.
Yeah, he's not even starting. So he's dominating when he's in there off the bench, and then he's closing games. So that gives you a different dimension looking at him. Hardaway's 22%. I mentioned that because he's out this game, and that's going to probably filter to these other guys. Dinwiddie at 21%, and then JaVale McGee's only 19%. Reggie Bullock hasn't even seen the ball, man. He's 10%.
Terrible.
So really,
could be a breakout game for Bullock. I mean, I've been really underwhelmed with his offensive performance versus where he was at last year.
Yeah, he has not been doing a thing other than defending, which is important, but you got to do something there. But it really, the standout, I mean, Luka makes it like, hard to pass on any slate. But man, Christian Wood, that jumped up and got my attention because, I mean, it's not even close. He is definitely the second weapon on that squad. No question. All right, on the Pels side, let's look at the usage here on the advance. So we've got Zion, who's out, was at an impressive 31%. Ingram at 29% is out. So that makes me say you need to play some Pelicans. When you have your top two usage guys not playing, where is all of that going to go? And I think it's to these two guys, Deb. CJ McCollum's third at 26%. That's going to dive up. Jonas Valanciunas is 23%. That'll jump up.
Yep.
And then you got all these tricky guys that can make the difference at low salaries. Jose Alvarado's 16%, Trey Murphy's 15%. And, those guys come into play now, I think, with everybody else out.
Totally
So
agree.
that gives
Yeah,
you
the
an
question
idea.
is the question
Go
is
ahead.
who's going to have the hot hand? Who's going to be, the guy who plays well? And I mean, Dallas is not an easy team to play against. It's not as though those, you can just get easy buckets and those points will transfer. It's really got to be, someone
I'll
who's
tell you,
worthy of it.
not because I'm a Mavs fan, but their defense is damn good. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be better than last year, and it was really good last year because JaVale McGee, say what you want about the guy, but he's a defender, man. He's a defender.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. King of Smack says Garrett Temple, sleeper pick for New Orleans. Somebody's going to have to step up for them with everybody out. There's no doubt about it.
I like Larry Nance.
Do you? I mean,
I do.
He's so volatile. He can be good and he can be so bad too, That's the thing.
I know, but in games where he's given the minutes, I mean, he's not really given a lot of minutes very often, but in games where he's given the minutes, he was so good during the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And, I think he's going to get those minutes with Zion out. And because Valanciunas can only go so many. I mean, Valanciunas isn't going to go, 40 minutes. So, I do like him. And there's some, I mean, Trey Murphy. What's Trey Murphy's use? Not usage.
Ownership.
At? Yeah, ownership.
I can go over ownership of this game too, and then you can dissect
Break
it if
down.
you'd like.
All right.
Real quickly here, and again, these are ownership projections on DraftKings. I looked between Fanduel and Yahoo as well, and there's nothing super crazy different that we have to go over all of them, and it gets so confusing if we do too many. So let's look at, we know Luka's going to be ridiculous, and he's 45% owned. So, I mean, if you play a cash game or single entry and don't have him, it's probably a big mistake, and you're just going to have to eat the chalk. So go ahead, key up the, chalk, evildoer chalk guy, but you got to do what you got to do there. Then the next guy is CJ McCollum at a healthy 29%. And that's, again, all that usage has to go somewhere. Some of it, that ownership, Deb, is going to Trey Murphy, 27% at 4,800. That seems like a damn good play. I wish he wasn't at that chalky, though.
Yeah.
Joe Val, 17%, and he's only 7,800. That could be a great place.
That's a great play. That's very interesting.
Yep. And this one intrigues me. Spencer Dinwiddie is at 16%, and he's not playing great at all, but he's only 5,400 and no Hardaway. He could be the guy to step up. But here's the guy that I'm looking at right now. He's my sleeper pick, value pick of the day. I may roll out Mr. Jose Alvarado at $4,200.
Yes. Yes.
He's a points per minute monster out there with steals alone. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think he'll pester the Dallas guys, and I like it. I like it a lot. He's definitely going to be in my lineup.
Is he? I like it. All right. So what else do you have on this game? Break it out, however else. That's all the numbers that you can
so
right there.
Luka's my pay up guy.
Yeah,
all day, every day. Yeah.
Yep.
I just, he's like 2,000 more than anyone else on the slate. Doesn't matter. I think
it is ridiculously big difference.
Yeah. I think he might get Trey Murphy. That'll be interesting. I was assuming he'd get McCollum, and I thought he was just going to kill him. So
it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think either way, I just think I don't think the defense is going to be there today for New Orleans, and I think he's going to smash.
I have a question for you, though, not to interrupt you, but do you have any concern that they're just going to blow the doors off of New Orleans with all their guys out?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Dallas. What's the pace of the game? Actually, that would. What have you got for
Dallas
pace?
is 10th and New Orleans is 7th, so it's a pretty good pace game.
Yeah, it'll be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Down a little bit without Ingram in, but yeah, you're talking upper third, so decently paced game. I don't know. I don't see it blowing out. And I think, and Luka just gets, if it does blow out, it's because Luka's got a gazillion points, right? Because I mean, it's, again, at the end of the day, with 40% usage, he's
Yeah,
the one doing everything.
he is.
So yeah, so I'm gonna stick with it. And my fade actually is McCollum today.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against the grain. I mean, because he is such chalk, and because he's gonna be the focus of the defense for sure.
Correct. Yep. He's gonna get
And
Reggie Bullock.
that's right. And I just think his price has been creeping up a bit. I think he's just not going to quite get there. So he is my fade today. I'm not going to have him in any of my lineups.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, I do like Larry Nance at 5,000. I think he just gets you those stocks. He's sneaky in terms of the numbers he can get. I've seen him play live, and I like his game a lot. It's very scrappy. Um, I also like JVal. I think it's too cheap, 7,800. I think the ownership's not that high, and so the only thing for me is I also like the other side of it with Christian Wood, similar price. And Christian Wood is more of a better points per minute guy, but he might be the guy who plays a little less time in a game like this. So it's going to be a toss-up for me. I haven't quite made the decision yet, but I like both those guys at center for sure. And then Alvarado on Fanduel is a steal at 3,700.
I know he makes it work. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I'm full disclosure. My main lineup will have Luka, and that's going to be my buy-up guy as well. But I am going to play a secondary lineup, and a lot of times I'll play a second lineup, and I am going to game script it as this being a blowout because I do think Dallas is going to smack them. I really do. And in that scenario, even losing a couple of shifts from the Lucas and Woods and McCollums and all the Alvarados, but Alvarado's immune to that because he'll finish the game regardless. But yeah, I'm gonna have one lineup, a backup lineup where I fade most of this game in that game scripting because I think Dallas wins this by more than 15 points, maybe 20.
Yeah. Okay. What's the spread? What are they calling the spread to be?
It's not that much. It's Dallas
6.
by 5.5.
Yeah. Wow.
So I know it's sort of a crazy call, but it's not going to be my main lineup. But I just wanted to let everybody know if you do take a secondary shot, it's not the worst strategy to go.
Yeah. No, I've definitely done that before.
Yeah. But I'm with you pretty much everything you said. And, what I've stated before, I think if you focus, you go Luka and Wood, especially with that clarification of how strong his usage has been. And then on the Pels side, it's just that's where you're going to get your cheap. Everybody's going to get their cheap players from the Pels today. Everybody's going to have either Graham, Murphy, Nance, Alvarado, because you get them dirt cheap and they're all going to get minutes. Yeah. And all of that usage can't be absorbed just by CJ and JoVal. So
that's right.
But I do like Murphy. I think that he's a talented kid. He can score it. If he's tasked with chasing Luka around, though, that could be a bit of a deterrent for him. So we'll see how that goes. And the only thing about JoVal too is he has a tendency to get in foul trouble too. Mm-hmm. And he's one of those guys that he just all of a sudden when he has two, it's like he can't wait to get his third. It's like that psychological thing. I'm getting right. I'm not going to foul, so I'm getting in there, and then I'm going like this, and then boom, you get the foul. But
McGee, McGee's kind of a bear that way for getting.
He's an agitator. Yeah, trouble. People want to punch him usually, so it's great. All right, we're halfway through, so we're going to give away a set of tickets because I love this group today. I love the fact we have some charity money going into the kitty for Operation Hope. So if you want to jump in there and donate, super chat it, that would be fantastic. All right, everybody's in here, and we're going to choose. And again, go to DFS at DFS Coach Talk. Tweet me your PayPal email, and we will send you 2 of those $3 tickets for the Millie Maker that is going to go on Sunday. Or if you want to play it on something else, go for it. but we want somebody from Coach Talk to win the Millie. That's what we're shooting for.
Amazing.
The winner is Rico Harris. Hello, Mr. Rico
Right,
Harris.
Rico.
You are the winner. We'll do another one towards the end of the podcast as well. All right. Game 3, Deb. We're halfway through, which thank God at this pace, we would have been here till after the games ended. But we're adding, it takes a while to add all these statistical analysis back in. And we're going to have to figure out a speedier way to do it coming up when we have the big slates. All right, 8 o'clock. LA Clippers 2-1 at the 0-3 Oklahoma City Thunder. We have this nightmare every stinking game now, just like last year. Is SGA going to play? Is he not going to play? You know, I'm getting a little sick of that, aren't you?
Yeah, totally. It's
because
enough already.
It changes the whole game that they're in.
Totally.
And it's always like he's going to go through warm-ups. We don't know. I mean, dude, just either play him or don't play him. I mean, let's talk about this real quickly too. And I know that we're going long, but it is what it is. You know, it's a 4-game slate. Let's talk. Everybody wants what I think is the best player coming into the NBA draft since LeBron. I'm not stating that lightly. Wembanyama. I worked on his name so I can start saying it. Wembanyama, he is special. He's about 7'6", and he plays like a lot like Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
shoots the three. He's long. He's a shifter of franchise. And you're going to start seeing very early on the Oklahoma City Thunders and all these teams not wanting to win any games. If there was ever a time to tank, it's going to be this year. So you got to watch that with these teams like the Thunder. They're going to sit as I bet you SGA plays half the season probably. Yeah. And he should be playing. You know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
It is what it is. But Wembanyama, that's the guy people are going to be shooting for. Yep. And so, you know, again, how do we break this game down not knowing if he's playing or not? That's frustrating. But we can try to do it as best we can. So let me give you a couple of stats here. Or well, I'll tell you what, let's do this because I'm doing too much chat and I want people I know want to hear from you. So a quick glance at the ownership, then you can go through your breakdown and we'll give some of those numbers out. So
okay.
Norman Powell right now, Deb, is the second highest owned player projected on this slate. 36%, and that's I think because he's only $4,800.
Yeah, his pricing's crazy. Yeah.
Are you interested in him?
I'll tell you what, he's sort of half dead to me after the performance the other night when I put him in. So I'm not going to play him on Draftkings at 4,800. I think there's more, less risky plays. Let's put it there. But on Fanduel, what is he on Fanduel? He is 3,900.
Yeah, that's almost min.
You have to play him. He's going to start. I'm certain he's going to start. And you got to put him in with Paul George out. I don't see any way around it. 4,800 though, just because he's been so cold,
right?
You know, he might be completely inefficient. Although OKC, I mean, who's he? You know, who's going to defend him? Aaron Wiggins.
Right. Yeah.
He's not going to get Dort because Kawhi will get Dort. So.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna play him on DK. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it just because of the ownership. Just to grab that leverage back, I'd probably go elsewhere. But I'm with you, probably site specific, maybe on Fanduel or Yahoo, but probably going to steer unless his ownership goes down quite a bit as we get real close to lock here. Robert Covington, 20. When has he been 28% projected on?
Yeah, you know what? I do like it though. I mean, again,
that's just high though for a guy that hasn't done anything in like 2 years.
In a year and a half. I know. But you know, if he plays 28 minutes, he will break that number. He just hasn't played. But Kawhi can only play so many minutes, right? He's not going to go 36.
Yeah.
Morris is out. Batum is like 50 years old, so he's not going to play too many minutes. So, who else do they even have back there at power forward?
Yeah, not much.
No. So
So
I think Covington's going to get, and again, he gets those stocks, and against an OKC team that's going to be prone to turning the ball over. I do like Covington here. I think he's chalk I'm willing to eat.
yeah, I don't know.
Because he's not points dependent. He doesn't need to be shooting the
No, he
ball to
doesn't.
get
He
some
can get
stats.
rebounds and blocks and everything. I mean, I get it, but it's like, when I saw some of these chalk guys, I'm like, is this 2017 or
Yeah,
what?
exactly. It's true.
It's like, you got to be kidding me. But the guy I like, if SGA sits, I like Trey Mann a lot at 5,500. I think he's showing at 17% right now. I think he'd be a really sneaky play, Deb. I really do. I think that's
Yeah,
a
it's just
spot that
when are we
you
going
could
to
go
find out
to.
about SGA? Because it totally changes the lineup construction.
I know it changes everything. So we got to follow that closely up until lock. In this game, by the way, if I don't know if I said the spread or not, but the Clippers favored by 8.5, and it's only a 214.5 total. So
I know.
you've got some low numbers here. This is a game that is, a little worrisome. But with Paul George being out for the Clippers, and then Giddey, and if SGA's out, and the rookie Jalen Williams, who looked good, if those guys are all out, man, this is going to be an interesting one. I'll probably go back to damn Lugan's Dort. He stung me the other day, but yeah, I know, Man and Dort.
Yeah.
I could have two Thunder in my lineup. I may have to take like 4 Advil to watch that game. So break it down for us. Clippers Thunder.
I'm not gonna be too overowned in this game because of just what you said. I mean, decent sized spread, really low score. I think I do like Covington, as I said. Powell on Fanduel. Jackson's getting a lot of ownership. I'm not going there. I don't think Kawhi plays. Kawhi could smash it. But talk again, a guy who hasn't played in like a year. So, Zubac is the one guy that I'm looking at. He's been playing really well this year.
Yeah.
He'll be out there getting the minutes. And I think OKC, what is it? They have the worst defense against centers. I mean, they're definitely up there.
Yeah.
Zubac, I recall last year, I don't know exactly what it goes up, but his points per game or points per minute goes up pretty significantly when George doesn't play. And his usage is going to go up, obviously. So I think Zubac is a fair play. I'm not going to fall into the trap of some of these other guys like a Terrence Mann or Luke Kennard. I don't see it happening. So
not your guys.
Then, on OKC, I looked at Dort. He's pretty expensive though.
I know.
$6K. And again, if it was against a weaker team, but the Clippers defense is pretty good. So I may not have anyone from OKC. I may just come out of this with one player from the whole game.
I think a lot of people are going to avoid this game, and I don't know if I want to completely avoid it though. The stats talk a different story. I mean, I don't believe but they're 9th and 3rd. Clippers are 9th in pace. Oklahoma City 3rd. So that means there's going to be some additional possessions. And then, everybody thinks great defense. Yeah, Clippers are good. They're 7th. That's solid. OKC is 16th. So, it's one of those games that is a little scary. I've always said as soon as Kawhi sits, you play George, and when George sits, you play Kawhi, but I don't have the money for Kawhi today. And I don't know if he's needed, and he gets Dort defense. I will say on Lugan's Dort's side, he's one of the weird guys. When he has a tougher defensive matchup, he has a tendency to play better on the offensive side. I don't know if it's motivating to him or what, but I think
it's funny. You said you had another lineup. I was playing around with a lineup at one point for GPP with Kawhi and Curry. because
Okay.
both these guys are like under 5% owned,
Well, I
which,
mean, how could Kawhi be that low owned with George out?
right,
That's a red
right,
flag right there.
right.
So,
Yeah, exactly. So that's, I think people are saying he's not ready yet for that.
well, you know what? He was capped in minutes the last
Yes.
game. So you're not going to get a 30 some minute game from
No,
him. If
no,
you want to take the shot on Kawhi, even with George out, you may only get 24 minutes, something like
right,
that.
right.
And I'm not willing to pay that price for half a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what, I think, and I think that's what everyone's saying, but it would really be a contrarian play.
It would be. It really would be. I'll real quick here because I know we're getting crazy on time. A couple of weird things. John Wall
Yeah.
leads the Clippers in usage.
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't that
really?
wild?
Really? Yeah.
32%. John Wall, number one. Paul George, who's out, is 29. Kawhi's only 27. So,
Okay.
just something to chew on there.
Interesting.
Norman Powell, who we
Interesting.
talked about being so popular, he's at 23.
Okay.
Zubats, that's the part that scared me off of him immediately. He's at 15.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pathetic for a
His
starting
usage is,
center. And here's somebody mentioned Reggie Jackson, revenge game. Reggie looks like dog doo-doo lately.
terrible.
And he's 15% usage. That's got to be way lower than anything he's ever thrown out.
He's been terrible.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Something's not right there, but I would not touch him. No doubt about it. Let's see. Oh, somebody asked for best FanDuel center. I can give you a quick look at center real quick here and tell you Christian Wood is 8,200 and Joe Val 76. Those are your two big pay up guys. Those are the two guys that I have the most interest in. But, again, something's got to give somewhere. I may roll the dice on $4,400 James Weissman on FanDuel, to be honest with you. I know it's a huge risk, but I think that if you're going to go cheap there, you could go there. Do you have any interest in JaVale McGee at the 4,500?
No, I really don't. I think he's playing fewer and fewer minutes. I mean, if anything, I'd go with Muscala.
Oh God, please don't do
more
that.
of a he's more of a, I mean, he's been hitting the past couple of nights. I mean, they don't have anybody, and he's more of a scorer. But no, I'm really looking at like I said, I do like Stewart, although not on FanDuel as much at 6,000. I think DeAndre Ayton is fair at 7K. I think he's even better on DK. No, I'm more in that Valenciunas and Wood camp.
You know what we may do there? For me, anyway, I may slide Larry Nance in there at 5,500. He's center eligible. And he's going to get a lot more minutes and usage with all those guys out. That could be a sneaky way of saving money there and not, having myself have 10 panic attacks watching Weissman try to get in the game.
Right.
So that could be a way to go too. All right. We've got one game left, and let's hit that game.
Let's do it.
And get after it here. It is a great one right in your neck of the woods, in your backyard. I'm surprised you're not going to this game, Deb.
Yeah, this one I don't have, but it would be a good one. I've got a half season package, so I have the Lakers, actually I have the Golden State game I think later in the season. So
okay, very good. Well, you got 2-1 Warriors, the 2-1 Suns. DiVincenzo and Iguodala out for Golden State. Crowder and Wainwright out for Phoenix. Phoenix favored by 1.5 points. Highest total on the board, 226.5. And I do think a lot of people are going to load up on this game. Looks like regulars Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Green, and Looney against Paul, Booker, Bridges, Johnson, and Ayton. So statistically, let's take a look real quick at ownership here, because again, this is going to get a ton of ownership, even though that Detroit-Washington game right now is the highest owned, but this one's going to gain on it as we go. One of my least favorite players in the league, I always dog the poor dude, $6,700, third highest projected owned, 34%, DeAndre, I don't play hard, Ayton. There you go. Are you on the big fella today at all?
I am a little bit, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, center's been the toughest position for me to figure out exactly who's fitting in my lineup. So 6,700 on DK, I think is super fair. I think he plays pretty well against Golden State. His ownership percentage is high though, so I'm playing mostly the GPP lineup, so that gives me some pause. But for those folks out there who are playing more of the cash game, I think he's a fair play tonight.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. There's not that many good centers on the slate. So, I mean,
Yeah,
he's definitely going to be very, very popular. He'll be the highest center. He and Porzingis will battle out probably
yeah,
for top. The interesting part is those fifth and sixth are the backcourt of Phoenix. Booker at 9,000 and Chris Paul at 7,000 are both about 30% projected.
yeah.
So, what do you think of that backcourt there?
Yeah, whenever Booker hits 9,000, I usually do not like him. Depends on obviously who he's playing against. In this case,
Right.
Golden State's got a good defense.
Yeah.
So this is not the team that he's going to get a 70-point game against. So I don't like Booker. I do like Paul though.
Yeah.
I think 7,000 again is
Fair.
real
Yep.
fair. He almost triple doubled the other night, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I like Paul. I like, for a cash player, I mean, Mikal Bridges, you can't argue with the, 5,400. He's going to be out there on the floor a lot.
Right.
And the other guy on Fanduel, Cam Johnson's 4,300, which I think
Yeah,
is a
that's a
great value.
misprice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go real big on this game though. Probably one,
Okay.
maybe two from the Phoenix side. So I'm going to go a little contrarian versus the field ownership wise.
Okay.
I do like on the other side. I can't believe I keep doing this, but like Andrew Wiggins has been coming through for me.
Yeah.
Just day in day out, and until his pricing gets up there, he's a real solid play.
His pricing doesn't go up and his ownership doesn't seem to go
I
up.
know,
And
I
I don't
know.
know if it's because he's just got so many good players around him, but he seems to always be a good leverage play,
Yeah, he plays the most minutes,
Yeah.
and I do like Jordan Poole against the second unit of Phoenix.
Yeah. As far as ownership goes in this game, the other guys that are up there, Mikal Bridges, as you mentioned, gets a lot of minutes, 19%, which seems pretty fair. Jordan Poole's only at 15%. Draymond is 15. Klay Thompson, 15. Cam Johnson, 13. Good steal there. Steph down at 12%.
I know, right?
Wiggins down at 12%. So no respect for some of these Golden State studs, really. A little surprising there to me in a close game. And you look at the stats here, Deb, as you mentioned, Golden State, are they good defensively? How about number one so far? And by the way, they were number one last year. But you know what's shocked me too? Phoenix has stumbled a little bit out of the gate defensively. They're only middle of the pack at 14,
Yep.
and they were in the top 5 or 6 most of last year. So I thought that was a little surprising.
I
Oh,
agree.
Josh is in there. Hey, Josh, everybody's ready. They got the big shades out for tomorrow, the sun covered. They're hiding the pets and kids. No worries.
All
Um,
right.
and you know what? I take everything back I just said defensively about Golden State. So reverse it. Coach made a mistake. That was
Why?
pace of play. Golden State is
Ah,
1.
they're number
Phoenix
one in
is
pace of play.
14. Yes. And
Really?
Phoenix is 14th.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
defensively, Golden State is 15th. They were first most of last year. Again,
Yeah.
small sample size. Phoenix is 8th, which sounds a little more realistic. So I had to double check it, run the ring, going over these numbers for the first time, putting them back into the mix from last year. So, yeah, I mean, that makes you think maybe this game, I think I've got to
Yeah.
have some coverage here,
I gotta believe, right?
I think so. And it's all the key guys that are getting the ownership. There's no surprises with these guys. Nobody grossly up or down. It's the guys you expect, Curry and company and Booker. I will say though, this last game, Booker's girlfriend Jenner, Kylie Jenner, was there. Kendall Jenner was there with with the mom there. Is it Kylie?
Is that right?
Or what's the mom's name? Bruce Jenner. I don't know what the heck is it. Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh,
so
the mom, right?
they were at the game last time together, and there is the Kardashian curse that's happened to several players. So if you believe in the Kardashian curse, don't play Booker today.
Don't play, right? Exactly.
I love it.
That's
so
crazy.
We'll see. I think Chris Paul's tempting at that price. I mean, I think that, you may want to eat the chalk there.
Yeah.
I think Cam Johnson is underpriced. Is he healthy though? Have you heard anything else? Because I know he was dinged.
Yeah, he was dinged. I mean, he's healthy enough. Yeah, I think he's kind of getting back, but he's definitely. I wouldn't shy away from him from an injury standpoint. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Josh trying to talk noise. Can I put him in timeout? Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, I mean this game I will have exposure. I'm not going to completely fade it because I do think you need a little bit of business here, but I like the guys that are going to get the big minutes like Mikal Bridges and Wiggins. Those guys at least are safe rotational guys.
Yeah.
And again, in a pinch, I don't think going to the big man off the bench, Weissman's a bad move. It's risky, GPP-ish, but he's got a ceiling in games at that price. So that's what I'm looking at.
Very interesting.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from this game? And we'll wrap it up and get on down the road.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yep. All right. We'll give away one more set of tickets, and then we are going to wrap it up. And let me know, too, in the comments here, do you just give me a yes or a no. I know it extends the time of the podcast, but nobody like Josh is forced to listen to the whole thing if you don't want to. But do you guys like the addition of these key things? Pace, defensive rating, usage, and then we're going to throw in DRPM too. So let me know in here, and we'll keep adding that. If you guys want a shorter one, we can always do those, but I think we're going to miss some key factors in here. Fear Money likes it. I think most people will. Again, if you're into it, you want the edge, you want to get over the top. We don't win 60, 70% of our, for season over season by just skimming through, some of this stuff. We got to dig deep because the competition's doing it out there. And a lot of competition is throwing it into an optimizer and just plopping it on the screen there. And we're going to beat that 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you. So we're going to keep doing this. I'll clear my work schedule tomorrow. Well, we're going to have to take breaks because I heard from looking into a screen with that much light, you can get blinded. So we'll have to take 10-minute breaks and go after it for sure. All right, everybody's into it. I figured they would. We're going to do this. So we're probably going to be taking the big slates. Let's face it, we're going to take an hour and 15 minutes every day. It's just, we won't be as bad as we were today. I know I've been the rambling man today, as was said in here.
Nah, I've been doing it as well. I figured we'd fill the time, but we can. Yeah,
we only get
shorten it up. We're gonna channel Crash. Who's like 10 minutes. Boom.
Oh, I know. He's Johnny. You don't need to take a lot of time to make the money that he does. He just gets it done, puts it on, and it's over. It's when you're playing with the big boys like him, it's a different game. All right. So the winner of the second set of tickets, go to @DFS Coach Talk and tweet me your email on PayPal. Aaron Sampson. Samson, no P, just Aaron Samson. And you've won the second set, my friend. So that's 3 sets of tickets. I'll look for our man Derek and then the 2 winners that were drawn in here. And I will shoot those out if you want to play them tonight in the NBA instead of waiting till the Millie Maker on Sunday. Knock yourselves out, and I want you to win. Just give us a shout out. Remember, please tweet and retweet, and like our posts on Twitter. And when you have a chance in here, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the little alert in the corner so you know when any of our podcasts post. Deb, it's been a pleasure. I'm fired up for tonight, man. Last night was not a great night. Tonight is going to be a great night.
Go smash it. I'm excited.
All right. Thank you so much. Definitely tune in tomorrow. Again, all 7 days this week, 4:45. We're in there. Two brains are better. We're at Josh wants a two brains lineup. Do you want to do an off the cuff two brains lineup, Deb?
We could do it.
All right.
All
Deb
right.
is better than Crash. Oh, Tom.
Oh,
Yay,
no,
Tom. Get him,
Not
Tom.
Crash
Get
in
him, Tom.
there.
Oh, man, Tom, I want to give you free tickets just for that. I'm telling you. Crash.
Oh, you can't
He's
say
just
the Crash in there.
he's only
You're
teasing
joking,
you.
Tom. You're
Tom's
joking.
giving you some crap. Don't worry about it.
You
All
don't
right.
want me going bald though. That's all I'm saying.
All right, do you want to do it?
Let's do it.
What time is it? It's 6. We
What
have
the heck?
30 minutes before we have to post.
All right, let's do it.
Does anybody know if we've gotten any news on SGA? Can you check that for us there, Mr. Josh Davis? Because I would like to know that.
Difference, right? Yeah.
I did notice somebody mentioned something in chat and I completely ignored it because I don't want to start swearing. Somebody asked me about the Joker. Sore subject.
Oof.
That fat son. Oops. All right. I'm not going to go there. Boy, was he a dog. Was he a dog or was it me?
Yeah.
He was a dog.
A dog. He was a dog. All right. Do we assume SGA is playing?
Let's just not use him or man and
I
don't know. If we're building this now, I would say
let's assume he's not playing.
Yeah, let's just assume it. All right. Go ahead. You can take the pick.
You gonna start off?
Go ahead. You can go.
All right. I am going to start with Bradley Beal at shooting guard.
Okay. And as usual, we're going to be broke 5 minutes in because I'm taking Luka regardless. So we're down to like $5 a guy.
Exactly.
No, we have 58-57. So now we need crashes like min picks. But
are we putting? Where do you want to put him? You want to put him into point guard right now?
I was going to put him at shooting because I've got a follow-up cheap play Alvarado at point guard.
All right. We'll take Alvarado, and then
so then you have 2 picks coming.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Norm Powell at small forward, 3,900, and
this is a GPP lineup, people. So
yes. Boy. Can't decide. Wait, where's Kuzma? Let's see. What's Kuzma at?
He's expensive.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Oh, wait, I don't think I can get my Ivy in. Where's that? What's Ivy at?
Christian Wood wasn't so expensive, but he's really expensive.
I know. All right, we're going to go. We're going Ivy at shooting guard. So we'll put Doncic back at point guard.
Okay.
The guards are done.
Did you call him Doncic again? Oh, my.
I'm going to do it forever.
Yeah, it's so painful. You crack me up, Doncic. Come on, Lucas. He's going to get ticked off at you, boy.
That's right. I want him to do really well tonight.
All right. I mean, we got to go cheap in a few of these places. So I'm going to go with your buddy. Like I said earlier, it's a GPP, Larry Nance, and I'll put him at power forward for now. We can move him. We could move him.
Oh, Kawhi was just ruled out.
Are you serious?
Wow. Yes.
All right. So that means let's look at this Clippers team. Real quick. King of Smack says Luka's going to be in foul trouble. Come on, King of Smack. Don't be drinking on the job here. All right. So the Clippers. Let's look at this squad. John Wall.
Yeah.
Is that a thing right now?
Yeah, that might be a thing.
Powell, we've already got. Man, they're in trouble. Maybe Zubats is the play. Let's go back. Let's go with Zubats at center.
Okay.
Just because he's
Yep.
cheap.
Yep. I
And
like it.
somebody's got to do something with that squad.
I like it.
I mean, he's only 5,700.
Right.
So now we've got a decent amount of money. How much is Wall? I haven't played John
He's
Wall
also
since.
5,700. You want to go
Oh,
Wall?
I think
he can?
I think he's a great play.
All right, let's go Wall. We'll take Ivy out. We'll go Wall.
I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
All right, so that leaves us 16,500. So we can get a really
you said
good.
No money. We got all the money.
Well, we got that. That was a big help there, knowing about Kawhi. We can take Kuzma now for 7,300.
I think we take Kuzma. Yep.
We want exposure to that game.
Yeah.
And that leaves us. We can also take Christian Wood now if we want.
Let's do it.
That gives us $1,000 if we do want to buy up anywhere. Is there anywhere we feel that we need to buy up?
Well, so who do you have as your second small forward?
I have Alvarado and Doncic at point, Wall and Beal at shooting, Powell and Kuzma at small, Nance and Wood at power, and Zubats at center.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Maybe we can get away from Nance, unless somebody's. Is that two?
Well, you could take Stewart, or you could go up to. I like DeLon Wright. He's a little sneaky. Sneaky low on play.
Let me see here real quick. Just trying to see where we can buy up, or we don't have to buy up. It's not like a necessity.
Right.
I'm just looking, just one last look, and then we'll get moving down the road here.
I mean,
they're Will Barton. No, I don't like Will Barton. Your buddy Robert Covington, that's painful. Cam Johnson's super cheap, but we really don't need to say. How about Trey Murphy?
Yeah, for which position?
Yeah, there's no. We could put him in for Norman Powell, but then we're short money.
I don't think I'd do that. I don't think.
Want to stick with Powell, especially with
the only
Kawhi
the only guy I'd say would be instead of Alvarado.
Is there a better point guard
to go with? Well, you go with Reggie Jackson.
Oh, he's playing so bad.
I know.
You want to go Monty Morris?
He never scores high. Look at DeLon Wright's numbers, though.
He's going to be pretty. We could go with him if you like him. Let's see real quickly.
Wright?
He's played 26, 21, and 26 minutes. He's had 24, 25, and 22 fantasy points.
What's his ownership? Let's see.
It's pretty low.
Yeah, it'd be nice to kind of get somebody really low, right?
The other option is Spencer Dinwiddie with Hardaway out.
True.
Or, that would leave us $300 short. If we went Dinwiddie, we'd have to lose $300 somewhere. I didn't think this was going to be so difficult. We usually fly right through.
I know. I'm looking to see. I'm going to look to see the ownership on DeLon Wright. Let's see. He is at. Ooh, I like it. 0.7%.
Oh my God! There you go. Oh, so you want DeLon Wright now instead of Dinwiddie? All right.
Instead of Alvarado?
Okay, yeah. Let's do that because it fits and it's going to be super contrarian. So our final lineup, $100 left. We have Wright, Doncic, Wall, Beal, Powell, Kuzma, Nance, Wood, and Zubats. So that is a really interesting lineup right there.
UTP for you.
Yeah, Leighton F, how you doing, man? I don't know. Covington a better play now. I get it. We talked about Covington earlier. I'm not crazy about it. Powell takes 25 plus shots, I think he's going to get a lot of shots up.
He probably will. Yeah, he probably will.
All right. I think we've done it.
This is great.
We're running into game time. So thank you, everybody, for listening in. Deb, it was fun. Let's make some money tonight. And we'll certainly be back tomorrow, 4:45. And look forward to seeing you again then. And everybody, tune in for the Dome itself from Crash Davis tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. And we're looking to crush it in DFS and Boom Fantasy.
Right.